everybody, and welcome to another episode of Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. I am your host, Donnie C, and with me, as always, my good friend Dave. Dave, how you doing today?
I'm doing as good as I can.
That's good. That's good. Listen, all we can do is be the best version of ourselves we can with all the obstacles and things in our way in life. You just do the best you can, and you try and smile, you try and have a good day, and this is what we do here also. We try and help you have a good day and smile and enjoy the time with us. So we're going to be here for about a half hour. Hopefully you stay with us and you have some fun. We're going to do a bunch of stuff. We're talking about some technological things, modern technology that isn't AI, so it's kind of safe, but not quite. It's a little gray area, but we'll see how it goes.
It's a little AI involved.
A little AI involved in some of them. Yeah. We're going to be talking about odd jobs. Dave has a bunch of odd, crazy jobs, and we'd see if I would do them or what kind of turnout there is with those. We also have the idiom, where I tell you about where a term or phrase comes from back in the day, the origin story. And like always, I answer your questions. Well, how do I get your questions? It's very simple. You send your questions in to shootingitstraightwdonniec@gmail.com. What happens is my friend Dave here gets the questions. I don't know what they are. I don't know where the show's going to go on during that episode or that part of the show, and we just enjoy the ride. So hopefully it's a fun-filled, action-packed. I don't know about action, but there it is. There's the action. You saw it here first. That's right.
We're done.
We're gonna jump right in. The first thing we're gonna talk about is this new. China's using this new China's using it. It's going to be great. It's going to be huge. They're using this new, slightly AI parking assistant, if you will, where instead of going to a parking garage and having valet park your car, which we talked about on the last show, some valets don't even know how to park an automatic or a manual, so they're screwed with that. But here's a clip of what this does. It's those two pieces right there go underneath your car. They go under your tires.
There we go.
And they just move it for you.
Yeah.
So it actually parks it for you. Now, I've never really had that difficult of a time parking, but I've seen some parking jobs in my day, and this might help a lot of people. No parallel parking anymore. Just slides right in.
Exactly. Now, this will obviously, they took our jobs, like valet jobs, you know what I mean? They won't be, those jobs may not be, all they're going to do now is just take the keys from your car, and then, they'll put that little platform under there, and it's over, baby.
From the clip that I saw, you might not even need to give your valet keys to another person. It might be all automated on your phone, so you just hit a thing, bloop, and then just like Uber comes to pick you up, these things come and pick up your car and put it in the parking garage. And then at that point, when you come back, you boop, and it goes and it sends out and it picks up your car and brings it back to you. So you don't have to give a valet or anybody else.
You just pull up and all of a sudden that platform just rolls up to you.
Yeah, that's it. And then you just sync it with your car or whatever, so it knows what location you're in, or when it parks it where you're at and everything else, and it gives you some IP address that they'll be able to track you again. But then you can just park your car and walk away, and you don't have to worry about a valet crashing it or anything else. Now, is it going to be perfect? Of course not.
No.
Like the cars that drive themselves, I don't necessarily trust them 100% yet either. But
right, I'm going to play devil's advocate, though. You piss somebody off, and they have one of those things handy.
Yeah.
There goes your car.
Yeah. Not only that, but it's all computerized and it's all Wi-Fi or whatever.
Yeah. If it's connected to your phone, who's to say somebody can't drone that bitch over to your shit and boop.
Hack it and done. They've got your vehicle. You get it by a port or something like that. You get them on a ship. Bye-bye.
Again, cool ideas, good technology. In the hands of the wrong person, it could go bad.
It's going to be all technology is amazing. All AI is incredible until it goes awry. Once it goes awry, it's over. Nothing good comes from it.
Evil.
That's right. Think of all the weapons and everything else we've had over the years. It's all for the right reasons. It's all to be safe. It's all to protect yourself. It's all survival. But then somebody doesn't want just survival. They get greedy. They want to take over. It starts a war, and here we are.
Yeah.
Just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before it all goes awry. I know it. You know it. We all know it. Are we going to be alive for it? No, probably not. Technology moves quick, but I don't think we'll be around for that.
cars are going to have to come with like a new detail in the car where it has like an anchor so that it can
anchor the car down.
So that now if we have, you don't have to worry about your device, your car going floating down the road. It'd just be anchored into the ground. And
that's right. Have you seen the new Twister movie?
I have not, no.
Okay, the newer one that came out, they actually have a truck that anchors down into the ground. This way it can be during a hurricane, tornado, so it doesn't blow away. That's what you're going to need for all these cars now. It's unreal. It's crazy. But, I mean, and speaking of crazy, I was driving down the street with my wife the other day. And as we're driving, I pull up to this thing and I go, what is that? So I apologize. The pictures aren't perfect. They're not beautiful, the most incredible pictures, but I took them from my phone while I was in my car. You ready for this, Dave? Mm-hmm. This is ridiculous. I was like, what is that? It's an Icon A5. Is that a plane? Right. Yes, it's a plane that folds up. There it is in the background. There's the cockpit. But if you look at it, the wings fold up so you can put it on a trailer and take it to wherever you want. It's got wheels to take off on the ground. Mm-hmm. The wheels can go away. It can take off and land in water. It's a 2-person plane that it says it's easy to fly. There's the controls. Most of it, I looked up some videos because I was like, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So I looked up some videos to get some detail on it. Now, they said they range in price from $200,000 to $300,000. With that being said, I saw some other ones that were maybe they're tricked out or whatever. It's $400,000, so almost.
Are these things designed to go 30,000, feet in the air like a normal plane? Because
not like a normal plane. You don't have to go that high. You can literally just fly overhead, like just. Yeah. And go. I saw people flying over the Verrazano, over the Hudson. I saw people flying. Like, it still reaches good altitudes. I don't know if it does at 30,000 because it's not pressurized, but you can still reach. You're flying, though. It's a 2-person flying vehicle for $200,000. Now, I know your answer to this, and normally you don't get the questions, but would you ever get inside one of these?
It's the integrity of the like. I'd let you go in it first, and then see how
you're the best,
and then see how it goes. But like just having fold up wings,
that's a concern of mine too. But watching them fly, it was a lot smoother. And they talked about like if there was a human error where it stalled out on you, the engine itself kicks back on by itself and still flies. So even if you make a mistake and you stall the engines because you're going too slow, you're still okay.
Okay, that's good. But what if your wing fucking falls off?
Well, then you're falling to the ground.
Thanks for the engine.
Probably like this.
Right, exactly. So in my head, if you're compromising the wing so that it can fold up when you're on the ground, that to me means that the stability of it is compromised.
Yes, I agree.
That's where I would have a problem with it.
I agree, and that was part of my thing too. But after watching some more videos of it and just seeing how cool it was, I think I would do it.
Yeah,
I think I would fly in one of those things. I honestly think, and they said it's easy to do. Not that I have an extra $200,000 laying around. And I'm like, I'm gonna buy one of these bad boys and take it out to the lake and just take off. Or whatever.
I would assume you need a pilot's license as well.
You don't? I don't know. You might. I don't know.
I'm assuming you do.
I don't know. I started looking at it last night, but I didn't get that deep into it. Once 11:30 comes around, I'm like, maybe I should stop looking up more information and try and get some sleep today. But that was one of the things I was looking at. I was like, that's pretty cool. I would definitely learn to fly one of those things. And if you needed a pilot's license, if you could get one like that, I guess. Normally pilot licenses, though, come with a lot of hours of flying and stuff like that. And then from what this was saying, you don't need that much like experience. It's pretty simple to fly. So I was like, I don't know. Maybe one day, Dave.
So
you don't have to be scared about getting in my car. You have to be scared about getting into my plane.
So dumb question. If you have a plane, why are you hauling it? Shouldn't you be flying it?
Well, because if you don't have a runway or something and you're storing it in your garage, or you have an RV garage or something like that, instead of, it's like having a boat.
True. Yeah, you got to go to the dock and all that.
You got to go to the dock and release it. You go to the dock, you release your plane into the water, and then
you imagine you're like on the parkway, all of a sudden you see a plane, zoom.
But I mean, I would totally do it now.
Yeah.
Looking at it and watching the videos, I think I might do it, even though the wings fold up, and that made me very nervous at first.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, all right. Well, speaking of flying, let's jump into the next one.
Mm-hmm.
You have a clip here. I'll set us up this way. Jetpacks.
Mm-hmm.
Individual jetpacks. They have jetpack racing now. So I'm surprised Red Bull didn't jump on this yet, because I would expect this to be a Red Bull thing.
I think we've touched on it a long time ago, but they've come a long way since the last time we've talked about it. So now, now they're having these. Look at this.
Look at this thing. Come on. Would you do this?
This I would 100% do. 100%.
Even over the water?
Yes, even over the water. Yeah, because
Okay.
it's not that deep. If you're talking out in the deep blue, which they get into, I think they show something on this video. I wouldn't do, but like somewhere here where you're localized or whatever. Oh hell yeah, yeah.
I would totally do. I would do it in the water. I would do it in the mountains. I would do it in the streets. I would do this everywhere, which is a good thing why I don't have this, because I would be out.
Yeah,
I would be everywhere doing this crap.
Yeah, so this is out in Dubai that they're doing the races, which is look at that.
It's amazing.
Bro, the first
you just jump off. You just take a step off the ground and then you're flying.
Yeah, I wish I had this shit.
Flying.
I'm 3 miles from my job, dude. I would totally roll up at my job with this.
I am not 3 miles from my job, and I have to carry tools and everything else, so I could not do this for my work. But I might be able to carpool with somebody and get to a spot. Yeah, I would totally do. And the jetpacks, I'm gonna put mine up here.
Yeah, good.
My jetpack here, I thought it'd be a lot more than what it is. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is right there. Now, as far as the military use and everything else, these guys have to put their hands in and it thrusts that way and everything else. So obviously it's not a hands-free type technology.
Right.
But look how cool that is.
Yeah. So I'm assuming what's making you fly comes out of your hands, correct? Like
I think so. I think so.
Like the battery pack, the engine, or whatever, that's what's on your back, and then your arms are but still. And I guess arms that's how you
like X-Men. Why can't I think of his name? Iron Man.
So you're right. You're controlling your movements by your arms, not but from the back. So,
right.
Yeah, and that's where you can do your little twirlies and stuff.
Twirlies. That's what it's called too. Twirlies. But I mean, that's incredible. I would love to have that also. I mean, any one of those things seems cool. Like I said, the parking thing, it's good for parking garages. It's good for people. This way you don't hit cars and everything else. And at that point, you already know if it's full, if it's not full, where the spot is. The car goes there. You can even call it back maybe if you're on your way and you have like a 5 minute. You're like, okay, it's a 5, and it brings it to a spot for you maybe or something. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, that's that little touch of AI gets in that one. Mm-hmm. And then who knows? And then if there's a hacker, oh, it's over. It's over. I'm taking all the nice cars. Gone.
Right. You can't hack the jetpack though.
No, you can't hack the jetpack.
So you're safe on that.
Plane that I know of. So you're good on that. So we're safe flying. We're just not safe parking yet.
Yes.
All right. Let's get into some questions.
Let's do it. All right. So, well, speaking of flying stuff, let's start off with a flying question.
Okay.
Not a flying question. Well, it's related. And the drone cases over New Jersey seem to have disappeared as quick as that. It was all the raves. But anyway, should private citizens be allowed to shoot down drones flying over their property?
Oh, gray area. This is definitely a gray area in my head. I think if it's flying over, no. If it kind of hovers, yes. Mm-hmm. I think once a drone is stopping and it has the capability of videotaping for a length of time, then at that point you have the right to shoot it down because that's an invasion of privacy. Mm-hmm. But I think if it's just flying over, no. So when, in my head, the nerdy kids with the drones going over the girls in the bikini or whatever, the pool and everything else, and it doesn't hover anymore. So now you don't hover, but then it keeps going.
Right.
Okay, that's that's hovering to me too. Like anything like that, and you're invading privacy and just taking shoot it down.
Yeah, that's where the slippery slope is, because you shoot it down and then all of a sudden you got somebody knocking on your door. Hey, we were doing surveillance, just mapping out areas and blah blah blah. What are you doing? And you can sit there and go, well, hey, dude, get off my lawn. You know, what are you doing?
Get off my air. But I mean, with that being said, now you have the whole you shot it down, so you shot a firearm. Is that a safety hazard shooting a weapon also, and could it hurt somebody? It opens up a whole new can of worms.
Yeah, and where's the drone going to land? The drone, if you hit it and it crashes into somebody's property, that damages their house, their car, whatever.
Or if it crashes on top of somebody and hurts them.
Or kills them, yeah.
Like, you have so many... Who's responsible for that now? Like, they were flying it, you shot it, you changed the projectile of it, it's your fault.
Yeah.
So that lands on them, but the fault lands on you.
Oh yeah, and you're locked up for manslaughter.
Exactly.
You know?
Because somebody was trying to take a picture of you, in your backyard or whatever, doing something. But I mean, I know just in construction, inspectors, they have drones because they go instead of going up on a roof and looking down, they open their trunks, they pull it out, they set it all up, they take the pictures they need with the controllers.
Right.
And it's done. They don't even go up on a roof to inspect it anymore. So, I mean, there are good things, again, but like all technology, you put it in the wrong hands and you got some guy or some girl, I don't want to stereotype or be sexist, somebody who's trying to keep an eye on their neighbors or anything else and just prying on them and stalking them or anything. Like, it is a slippery slope.
I agree. You want to defend your property to a degree, but there's a lot that can go wrong. So it's like, the knee-jerk reaction might be to do that. And we've made jokes about it too, with like, drone deliveries and stuff like that. People are going to start shooting them down to get that, but just don't shoot them down. That's the bottom line.
Not yet. Let's wait till the laws are set up this way you can shoot them down, and then worry about it later.
Yeah. All right. So going to AI, can AI or robotics ever truly replace the role of animals in therapy, companionship, or law enforcement?
In a actual well-balanced mind, no. In somebody who is struggling, like we brought up that guy that had the relationship with that real doll or whatever it was, somebody like that, can that replace real therapy and companionship and everything? Yes, but could a robot act like that? Could a robot turn into an animal for you? No, it shouldn't. You should be able to, when you touch the animal, there should be a heartbeat, there should be warmth, there should be and I know they're going to say, oh, well, we just programmed it in there, so now that you have it, like, but, I mean, in time, I think with the youth of today and the way everything rolls and everything else, I think it will.
Yeah. Should
it? No.
So, okay, but in law enforcement, so say, people don't like
RoboCop?
We got RoboDog. So instead of using, a canine, a live canine, if the technology exists where you can use...
Right, to get rid of the bombs and deactivate bombs and stuff like that. Like, again, the technology is not bad, but how far does it go to where it becomes... That's the norm now, and then, like, for us, the norm is regular whatever, and then we have an exception to certain things. When the norm becomes all the robots, what's the exception after that?
Right.
Yeah, like, where does that line go? That line just keeps getting pushed. So, I mean, do I think it's going to happen? Yes. Do I think it should happen? No. I mean, it's just a matter of time before we're like, all the movies that we see where law enforcement, everything's monetized by Big Brother. There's cameras everywhere. They're linked into every camera, your phone, and the golden eye.
Right. I mean,
it's all bad.
We grew up in the age of the Furbies, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those were AI kind of in a way, and you can say that they were like a pet or like a, you know what I'm saying? So
I guess, but I mean, I never got into it. Like, I knew people who did, and I tried buying them for the people who wanted them and stuff like that. But did I? No. It was a robot that did.
Right, but some people might need that.
Yeah, well, those are the people that should see therapy, work on their mental health, and maybe set up a ketamine treatment or something.
There you go. All right, one last one.
Okay.
Why do so many people feel guilty for taking vacations, and how does that reflect their work culture? How does that reflect on our work culture? There we go.
I don't think as many people feel guilty about it anymore. I know I used to feel somewhat guilty taking off and leaving and doing things because I was brought up in the mindset where you work, man. Like, you just work. And occasionally you'll take a vacation or whatever else. But, I mean, it's not anything crazy. When I went away with my family last year and we went to Europe and we were gone for like 2.5 weeks, part of me felt guilty, but I processed through it and be like, listen, I work my ass off between my regular job. I did my side work. I did the podcast. I took care of my family. I went to soccer practices. I put my time in. I deserved it.
Right.
But that mental where I finally got myself to agree that I deserved it, that took a long time.
Well, it also, I think it depends on like your job. Like, if you can trust the people who are filling in for you to do your job right, then you can go guilt-free on your thing and enjoy yourself for busting your ass for the whole year. However, if it's your main business and you're the guy and you take off, how the shit getting done? You know what I mean? So
it's dangerous, which is why I never started my own business by myself, because I said I never wanted to be in that position. My father did it, and it was a factor on his life, and I said I didn't want that to happen to me. I wouldn't start my own business. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. And I finally found a partner who I worked with for many years, and we worked well together, and we were doing the same thing, and we understood, and we were able to cover each other. And I was like, you know what? Maybe now's the time. So that's why we started doing our own thing and stuff like that, and then making it work. But it took a long time for me to get there, to be able to feel comfortable with somebody to say, okay, I'm okay with walking away from my job because I know they're still doing it the way I would do it or the way it should be done. And I'm okay with that. So,
yeah. All right, bud.
Speaking of work,
let's do some odd jobs.
Let's go some odd jobs. Anything for $1. Let's go.
All right, we don't have any special graphics. I'm not pulling.
No, I didn't. I just as it was going, I was looking. I was like, you know what? I never picked any background for this.
Nope, no, we're good.
I don't know what background to have. It's all odd jobs.
All right, so the deadly gum plague that people, they chew their gum, they can't throw them out. You can get a job as a gum buster, which is people that remove chewing gum from public places. How would you like to have that job?
A gum buster?
Gum buster. Yep.
So they remove, and that's an actual job. They just go and they remove gum.
Yeah. Yep. You can get paid upwards of $30,000 to $70,000. So when I retire, man, we'll go.
A year you go around, you collect all the people's gum, ABC gum.
So you're on a bench. People just put their gum underneath the bench. That's your job, buddy.
I have to be honest. I can't stand that. Maybe I'm old school.
You weren't that kid at school that put it underneath your desk?
I would never do it. I never do it. Hey, when I was young, we respected the property. And we didn't go around defacing it with markers or knives or gum.
You're full of shit because it happened. I must say I did it, but I know it happened.
It did happen, but I was brought up where I don't know, maybe my parents were just stricter or whatever, but I just never in my life ever, even to this day, like throwing something out the window, like throwing gum out the window or anything. No, I yell at my kids, like my kids went to do it when they were younger. Not an option.
Yeah.
But I don't want it anymore. That's not the world's problem.
Yeah.
That's your problem. Get a piece of paper, get a napkin, get something, fold it up, put it in the door for now, and when we get home, you throw it out. You don't throw it out the window. That's not an option.
Yeah. My pet peeve with that is cigarettes. People that smoke. Whatever. You're going to smoke, you're going to smoke. Don't throw that shit out the window because Hello, wildfires, you know?
Well, not even that. It's just all over the road and
well,
everything
that too.
else is
But I'm
terrible.
just saying,
There used
your
to
little
be ashtrays.
right, your laziness could cause a massive problem. But to your point, yes, cars now are not. They don't have cigarette lighters or ashtrays anymore. So it's, you know,
but a water bottle.
Right, exactly.
Done. We both used to smoke. We know how to do this.
Right. But note to self: if you have a moonroof, make sure it's open before you go to use it as a.
I remember you telling me that story.
Took a drag. I went to go, and the thing was closed. Psh, as raining ashes all over me. Fun times.
This car is on fire.
My old Dodge Neon. All right.
Yes, sir.
You can be a hired friend. You can $20 to $100 an hour just to be a platonic friend. No sex or anything else involved. Plutonic.
What's the cost for a non-plutonic?
Well, that's probably a lot more.
Yeah.
Probably $5 to
$100 an hour and goes to no.
That's where they have to give you the list of what's actually available.
Would you do that? Would you be a platonic
friend? I don't have. No, I don't think I
can't see you doing it.
No.
I could totally see me doing it. If I needed the money and I was in a situation and somebody's like, whatever, come to this party, I'll pay you for whatever. Yeah. Okay, it's like having a +1. Right. And then like you're going to a wedding and it's somebody you cared about or your ex-boyfriend's going to be there and you're like, oh, I want this guy or anything else. And it's like hiring an escort. But platonic.
Exactly. Plutonic. Here's one for you. You want to be a poultry semen collector? You can make $30,000 to $60,000 a year. You harvest semen from roosters and turkeys.
Okay. Once I have to pull semen out of a cock, I'm out. No thank you. No thank you. I don't care what poultry it is. No cock semen for me.
It's for breeding, man. It's to help you get that nice turkey for Thanksgiving.
I don't even like turkey. I'm not a big fan of turkey. I don't like turkeys. We're good. I think if you want to go with turkey, go with a chicken. But close enough.
Apparently, this is the thing. It doesn't give me the what they make, but a scuba diving pizza delivery. So apparently, there's hotels.
Scuba diving.
Yeah, apparently there's hotels. There's a hotel in Florida. Maybe we got to talk to the Tiki Talk people. And
we'll talk to them. We'll bring it up next time when we have them coming on soon.
Right.
We'll talk to them about it. See if they're aware of it.
Right. Apparently, there's underwater hotels in Florida that you need a diver. Here, write it down. To go under and deliver.
Straight post-it notes.
Notary.
All right. Pizza delivery. I'm writing it down, and I'm going to ask them when we have the show.
All right. Next one, you could be a Netflix tagger. $30,000 to $50,000 a year. You watch shows to tag metadata, like the genre, the moods, and so on and so forth, man. So, like, that, I mean...
So you watch movies and you just say what your emotions are or what it's about.
Right.
I mean, that's not a bad one.
No. I mean...
That's not a bad one.
That sounds like something I might want to do, upon retirement. Like,
seriously. If you're sitting home and you got nothing to do, I mean, I don't know what those days are like, but once I get them...
Hopefully you don't. Hopefully you don't need a degree to be a Netflix tagger. I mean,
right? But I mean, that seems feasible. I would do that.
How about a shoe breaker inner? That's what it's called. Shoe breaker inner. You can make $20 to $40 an hour. Okay, you wear the shoes to break them in to make them more comfortable before they sell them to the main brands.
I mean, but then you crease the shoe.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people want the shoe not creased? I don't know about that one. That sounds like a bunch of shenanigans. I think that's some I think that one's just made up. I don't know. I don't believe that
come
one.
on. This is not Believe It or Not. This
okay,
is Odd Jobs.
wrong skit.
It's on the list. It exists.
Okay, it's on the list. It's legit.
All right, we'll do one more and then we'll call it a day. How about a body farm technician? You can make $40,000 to $75,000 a year. And it studies the human decomposition for forensic science.
So you just watch bodies decay?
Basically, yes.
Yeah, I don't want that job. I don't need that job. I mean, I'm sure that for science you need to know certain things, and that this way they can, even at murder scenes or anything else, you find a body or whatever else, decomposure, depending on the moisture and the sun and this and that, and where you are on the earth and all that crap's all important, but
Right.
I'm not watching a body today there were more maggots on
More
the
worms.
more.
Yeah,
more
how does that
maggots.
go? Is there a high def camera that's focused on the body?
You gotta watch
and
it the whole time, and you just make notes. And no,
Yeah,
it
because
seems like a crappy job. I'd rather watch the paint dry.
Because I would assume back in the day, if this job existed, you would have to open whatever they're in. Say they're in
Right.
a coffin. You would have to open the coffin every like once a week and just see what the hell's going on in there. But
Yeah, this I gotta imagine they're in a controlled like environment of some sorts, where some of them are in more humid, some of them are drier, some of them are wet, some of whatever, and then you could just kind of watch. And not for me. I mean, whatever, but it's for science, so it's got to be good.
That's right.
Yeah, sure. Okay, whatever. All right, let's go. That's what it is. Oh, no, not. I'm sorry. Where did it come from?
Where did it come from?
That's what we're doing. We're doing. Where did it come from?
You should know the names of your segments, bud.
I should, especially since I'm the one who made it up.
Exactly. This is your baby.
That's my baby. I should know my baby's name, but I didn't know where it was. So, all right. So, what I'm going to talk about today is it's not so much a phrase, but I saw this, and not that it piqued my interest, because I don't want to say it that way, but it made me go, huh? Okay. So when you testify for somebody, it means you're vouching for them. You're spitting the truth. You're standing up for them. You're setting it up for them this way, whether it's in court, whether it's through friendship, whether it's through whatever job references or anything else. You're testifying for that person on their behalf. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea where testify came from?
No, I just thought that was like a normal
word. Right,
Yeah.
me too. I just thought it was a word too. And that's why when I saw this, I go, it's not a phrase, but I have to bring this one up.
Mm-hmm.
And part of me is a little sad that it's from my heritage. But ancient Roman Empire,
The mob.
back in the day, when a man and another man formed an alliance, or were testifying, proving that his word is gold, I am vouching for him, or anything else, the men actually grabbed each other's testicles.
You know, you can
in
handshake.
a trusting handshake, if you will. It's not a handshake, but in a trusting thing, saying that I am holding your most gentle and sensitive part of the man.
Oh, fuck.
And two men held each other's testicles in an alliance to testify, which is why it's testify, because it's from the testicles.
Mm-hmm.
They were testifying that they can trust and rely on each other, and that's how they formed the alliances.
Did you guys not realize that there's two other ways, like cutting the hand so you get the blood,
blood brothers,
or the old plea,
right?
You know?
One, right.
Those options were out there.
I don't know if they were out there back then, because I wasn't there when this was going on, Dave. I can't say that I was there. But to testify for somebody means that you were holding their testicles gently, and the other was doing it to you, so that you two both could trust each other.
Can you imagine? I don't know if I could touch his. I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could go up and grab his.
Well, I mean, wrestling, and again, the Olympics started back in the day with wrestling and everything else, and they used to wrestle naked.
What?
You didn't know this?
No.
Back in the day when wrestling started with the Olympics and stuff like that, wrestlers were naked wrestling.
I'm gonna fact check you on that one.
Dave, check it all you want. I'm telling you, you're writing your notes. But do you have it on a handy dandy post-it, Donnie, shooting it straight with Donnie?
No, I don't.
No, you do not.
Naked wrestling back in the day. All right.
That's right. We'll bring that up at another time.
Right.
And also, not to exclude the notepad, but not only the notepad, Dave. Do you know what else you can get here?
What?
You can also get a mug.
Mm-hmm. We
have multiple things. We got Going Down the Rabbit Hole. We've got T-shirts with the logos. We got Out of This World. We've got, monkeying around, which is what we do all the time. Bad to the Bone. You've got shirts. You've got sweatshirts. You got pillows, T-shirts, mug. We've got a bunch of stuff. Go on tpublic.com. type in "Shooting It Straight with Donnie C," and all of this stuff will come up, and you can cross it off or cross reference it. You can get this logo with the T-shirt. You can get the other ones in a mug. You can get it any which way you want. Tank tops, we've got it all. Also, check us out on our social medias. We've got a bunch of social media going on. So me and Dave, we're going to get ready to collab with Tiki Talk. So we're going to have them come on our podcast real soon. We're going to talk to them about that. We're also going to go live soon. I'd like to do that also. So we're going to be doing that. We'll put it all out there on the socials so you can keep up with us on that. And enjoy all of our comments, our fun, our entertainment. Not just here, but on social medias and in your house with pillows and T-shirts and all that other stuff. No? Okay. Maybe not. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. I know I've got them. Anyway, send your questions in to shootingitstraightwdc@gmail.com so you can find out what Donnie C really thinks about shooting it straight with you. Catch you guys later. Have a good day.
Peace, everybody.
Just for the record, Dave, if we were back in Roman times, I don't think I'd testify for you. Sorry, it's nothing personal. I just couldn't testify. Sorry.